So hey there guys, I've just watched episode 14 of the second season of ReZero. The reaction is in the description and my chair is squeaking. I don't like that. So yeah, go watch the reaction and go back here if you want to listen to the discussion. The links are there, so all the things. You know the drill. And the discussion starts right now. And this episode is good. First of all, because it finally has positive mood, even though there were some sad scenes with Puck leaving Emilia, but still the overall mood is very positive. And that's refreshing, that's good. And I'm finally seeing Subaru who knows what he's doing is also refreshing. But we're kind of repeating the first season. It's just the same scenario, different decorations and different characters. That was basically the same thing. It's just in the first season, it kind of started a bit later, and maybe was not as not grand, but as full of pathos, if that's even a word in English. But anyways, so the thing is, we start with Otto. Well, kind of Subaru in the previous episode, and all of the previous episodes, but mostly in the very previous episode, he learned a lesson. It's not like he learned the lesson, he attended the lesson from all the characters, and they were trying to tell him how he should do, how he should act, what he shall change in his approach. And he kind of learned this, but it's like it always happens. Like it often happens after the long day at work or like at school or university. It's all like a mess in your head. It's like, what have I even heard now? I don't remember anything. I didn't understand anything. And what Otto did is basically just kind of put everything into blazes, So you know what, Subaru-kun? You have to believe in your friends. You can't even walk normally because you think about this, but you don't think about your legs. At least that's how I see it. It's as I've said, like bad management. If you just cannot maintain all of your goals, all of the processes, everything's gonna go to shit. You have to be very precise and you have to know what to do. So that's how it kind of goes. Subaru was always trying to bang into the door, while it's better to find the key, or it's even better to ask others if they have a key or something, while he can do other things. So, spending your time So basically Otto says like, bruh, stop doing everything by yourself. Ask people to help you, like change the way you think. But it's kind of nice and sounds kind of nice, but it's doesn't mean it's gonna work out well. Because unfortunately, even when Subaru does things right, like in the end of season 1 when they defeated the whale and when they defeated Betelgeuse, right? He was using all of the friends. He was managing it well, but unfortunately, he got possessed. He personally got possessed and had to be killed. So even when everyone is helping him, even when it's everything is like great, there's still gonna be fucking shit that's gonna find a way to ruin everything. Because that's ReZero. Like, are you telling me that's like 14 episode 14, and like up until episode 25, like 11 more episodes, is gonna be great? No. There's gonna be people dying and suffering, and like Subaru gonna be crying, and something, something, something. So yeah, of course, Otto, great, yeah, nice, setting the mood, but unfortunately, it's not that simple. But anyways, the idea kind of works, and then the scene happens. I am not going to lie. I don't exactly understand why Subaru ran towards Roswell and made that bet. And as far as I understand, the idea is that Roswell, I mean, Subaru saves the mansion, frees the sanctuary, helps Emilia. I mean, basically goes through these 3 painful days successfully. And if this happens, Roswell throws the book away. And after that, it's like Subaru has to pick his own destiny, or I don't know. It's like there's no more future written in the book for us, but I don't know. So that's what kind of I see as a bet. But why the fuck is that needed so much? With my wish. To start over, My demand is simple. You will throw that book away and come with me. And I need your help to do it. I'm going to make Emilia the new ruler, and I need your help to do it. Because Roswell, I don't know how to think about this. It's like, guys, like Subaru's wanna write his own destiny in this world, his own successful world line. Because as I was saying in the beginning, who the hell wrote the book? Is it actually showing the very best, or it's showing the one that someone wants? That's very different, right? If that's the future that Echidna wants to happen, it doesn't mean that it's the best future for everyone. And what Roswell was implying in the bookie book, that, you know what, seems like you have to sacrifice stuff. The book says it. You have to pick who to save. And Subaru basically says, you know what, fucking threw that shit away. We're gonna do things my way. At least that's how I see it. And by throwing this away, Roswell doesn't know anymore when it's unsuccessful, when the attempt is successful or unsuccessful, if it's going as planned or not. It's basically Roswell now has to become one of like everyone else, like not knowing shit, just listen to what Subaru says and do what he says and hope for the best. The question is, will Roswell actually throw that thing away? Because both him and Beatrice, they love their books very much. I mean, even though Beatrice's book doesn't show anything in there for many, many years already. It's empty, but she still loves it. She still clings to it. If I save both the sanctuary and the mansion, and I need your help. And as I've said, yeah, seeing Roswell confused, shocked, and like conflicted, he's like sitting like, how is that happening? I wonder if it's written in the book. Because if the book is actually like super duper almighty and shows the best outcome, not just for Echidna or anyone, but yes, the book probably just says like, Subaru gonna come, tell you the thing, and nothing anymore. I mean, he's gonna save stuff and then empty. Because if Roswell throws the book away, it's like it doesn't need to exist, basically. And as well, I still don't understand for whom this book is written. Is that the future of a certain character, or the future of the world, or what? You expect to fulfill your desire without letting go of anything. Yeah, but yeah. So I basically get it. It was just a very, very long scene filled with energy. That kind of implies that, yep, whatever you said about leaving others behind, not gonna happen. I'm still gonna do it my way. And I honestly don't like it, if that's the case. I honestly feel that what Roswell was implying, all those previous episodes full of fucking drama and pain, it would have worked better for the anime. Because actually, having someone's life lost for the better good in such story, I think it's needed. I think it's refreshing and it kind of brings the tension back. But Subaru goes with like, nope, we're gonna achieve the best possible ending ever, even though if it's gonna be looking stupid. Maybe it's not gonna happen. Maybe he's gonna fail miserably, because that's what's about ReZero is. It's not about Subaru succeeding, it's about Subaru fucking failing. But I honestly like the idea of losing someone behind more. It's like losing Ram, because she was such a supporter. But I guess, I mean, if we're gonna lose Ram for good, I suppose people of all of the world gonna start destroying some buildings, cars and stuff, because they love Ram. I would be very sad if Ram dies for good or Beatrice dies for good. But other than those two, I don't think there's like some characters that I super much value and like. So it would have worked, but it seems like Subaru is like, nope, we're doing the thing our way. And what was interesting here is that Roswell mentioned that whatever you want to do is very, very greedy. The sheer greed of that solution, which is definitely somewhat a reference to Echidna. And I don't actually know how to think about this. Is this good or is this bad? Will this somehow affect Echidna? Because I still honestly think that there is a chance that she may be one of the main villains. Maybe, maybe not. Don't judge me. It's just there are few hints that kind of make me lean towards this. Greedy. Oops. And she previously commented on this as well, that the way Subaru decided to do things is greedy. And in the previous discussion, when I saw that she's standing with her back towards us, not looking at Subaru, that's also kind of implies that she may not like it. Maybe her book actually is that just what she wants to happen, what she needs to happen. And will Roswell, if the bet will be successful with Subaru, I mean, if Subaru will be successful with the bet, will Roswell actually honestly drop the book and completely devote himself to Subaru? I honestly have some doubts about this. Honestly, because Roswell is very much like Echidna. He's smart, he's manipulative, he can portray himself as a victim or as a loyal friend, but just until the point he personally needs this, until he benefits it. That's how I see him. I honestly see him like this. I hope I'm wrong. I hope he's the best boy, but mm, it would have been too simple. You know, having this mystery character and like being like verbally destroyed by Subaru and like, here, now you're my bitch. And Roswell like, hoo. uh-uh. I don't believe it. Or the witch gonna be very angry about it. But all in all, I mean, the witch is nice, but we got some background info on Emilia as well. So she has parents, and she had them. And uh, one of my thoughts that she could have probably been some artificial life or whatnot. Probably no. But we're gonna get to that. So, crying. So yeah, they have this moment with Roswell, and I liked when Subaru said like, "Put your fucking makeup back." But I honestly like Roswell without makeup. I mean, when he's on his in his bed with his hair normal and without makeup, he looks like a normal man, just a weird looking anime man. But when he's in his like real clown clothes with like makeup and stupid head and everything, no, I don't like the look. But I mean, if he's digging it, then it's his thing. Then we see Otto in the best ever. How it's called? Shit, the simplest word ever. I forgot. I mean, he's hidden very well. Uh-huh. So Ram, does she like me too? He asks. I don't actually know about Ram. What's actually in her mind, because this girl, she's she also didn't say anything specific and concrete. Just asked a few questions and went away. But I mean, Ram is always with Roswell, and seems like Subaru and Roswell are now somewhat not like enemies, but they're competing with each other. I don't know, not directly, but just like some sort of compete. If she hears you, she'll be furious. And Otto tells him that, you know what, she's kind of enemy to us now. I don't think Roswell gonna interfere. I hope he's not gonna interfere. For now, but I still feel that you shouldn't trust the man. Maybe, as I've said, the book says, like, oh, Subaru will come, you will answer yes, and then in some time, you're gonna fucking betray him or something or something. That's also a part of a prophecy. Kind of. Who knows? I mean, after that reveal of why Ryuzu have different names and stuff, it's like, cause there's actually four of us, and one is like a traitor and stuff. After that reveal, it's like, I don't know how to predict stuff in this anime. It's like the author, if he really wants to, he's gonna like explain everything by the weirdest things ever, and you will not be able to think those through. But I mean, now it kind of makes sense. Yes, she said that she's the fourth one, and you can kind of think that there were other. I asked what was with the previous three Ryuzus. but I never expected them to be actually active now. Because I never expected that they have to recharge every day and all that. So yeah, Otto and Subaru brofist each other, and Subaru comes in the place where the naked Ryuzu, and she's like, "Ah, so you're the one from the prophecy?" And he says, "No, we don't play with the prophecies anymore. There's like stuff." And she kind of explained to him the situation that one is Bilma, she's like Arzu, something on A. So they're different girls, kind of, even though they're based on very one of them, and that one of them actually went into the sanctuary, not into the temple, as far as I understand, where Garfield went to kind of try to deal with the sanctuary, with the fucking magic thing that keeps them all in there. And after this, it's like they had she couldn't do this. It was prohibited to her, and she basically broke the rules by doing this, and that's why she was shooed away out of the community, basically. Now she lives somewhere there in the hut where Subaru was kept, as far as I understand. With the witch, yeah. Shima, and that's why she was so different. Garfield Tinsel. So again, it's not like she told us everything, but she told us something. Then back to Emilia. There was nothing very important here. She mentioned what we saw in the Frozen Bone OVA, that she kind of appeared out of snow and everyone was frozen, but to me it looked like she, while she appeared, froze everyone, but seems like no, she was frozen with everyone else, and Puck saved her. And Roswell, manipulative son of a bitch, said that if she's gonna win the elections, he's gonna unfreeze others. Is that true, or is just bullshit he made up? I don't know, man. So does that mean that those people are still in there? And she said that she was frozen for 6 or 7 years. Before I froze. We all lived in the forest together before I froze. I think, she says. And also, while she was telling us this, she couldn't remember like the truth, the real truth, the whole story. And after Puck disappeared, that was the moment when she actually probably, as he said, like when the barrier was removed in her memory. So I'm curious still, what's the connection with the witch? Why the transformations in the witch? What's with the mother and the father and Mother Fortuna? It sounds like some badass creature was your mother. Waiting with Buck. So her will to win the elections. Do the members that Emilia can't recall hold some clue to getting through the trial? So that's why Puck had to disappear, because seems like when Puck was also he was the barrier. he was a protector of her body. He was strong spirit that was physically protecting her. But seems like him being with her kind of protected her mind as well from what actually happened, from the truth. And seems like when the barrier was there, she couldn't go through the trial because she didn't have the memory to do this. And now Puck decides that, no, girl, it's time for me to disappear because I'm holding you now. I'm holding you from actually moving forward. And it had to go. But as well, what about spirits not being able to die, as Beatrice said, and Puck just killing himself like it's nothing? I don't actually know. How is it possible? I mean, yes, they had a contract with Emilia, and he kind of just broke the contract. Beatrice also has one, but she could not break it, seems like. Or she didn't wanna. It feels like she was trapped in there. She couldn't go away, and she cannot kill. She cannot die. So that's somewhat interesting. And then the poor girl went sleeping. Member, since her family member / pet, yeah. And then Subaru reaches to her and Puck like, don't touch my girl. And Subaru like, you know what? We have to speak. And then the time skip. It was basically in the morning and now it's evening already, so she slept the whole day. And Subaru spent this time with Puck. I believe that we're gonna have some recall to this moment when they spoke, when it's gonna be needed in the story, because Puck definitely told him something. And also, this episode kind of actually skipped something that we're gonna get back to at some point. So that Puck appears, says that I gotta go. That was said for sure, especially for Emilia, but that's needed. I love you more than anyone in the world. And again, one of basically last words he says is like, I love you, Aister, or something. That happens often in this anime. This is like a key phrase. Then we see the bad Ryuzu with Garfield kind of having discussions. And then Emilia asks Subaru in the bed to sit with him. Sees a little flashback of her mother, who kind of comforts her and says, excuse them all, or I'm sorry, all the people who told you that kind lie, that they wanted to protect you. That kind lie, that they wanted to protect you. So, what we see here is little Emilia running away from her mother in the frozen place. And her mother runs towards her and tells her the phrase. And what the phrase implies is that people from the very birth of this girl were lying to Emilia. Basically telling her that she's not what she is. And there was the lie to protect her and the lie to comfort her. What's the lie? That means that she is some being. And people didn't want to tell her what exactly is she. Do we have the connection with the witch or not yet? Maybe she's a sister. I mean, it all happened like some years ago, not like 400 years ago. But what she says is that, yes, Emilia was lied to all her childhood. And when she learned about this lie, she was very saddened, and she ran away. And her mother ran towards her and told her, damn, that's loud. told her that they did it because they cared about you. And then the mother says, I love you so much as well. So she kind of remembering stuff, and it's interesting. What's up with your origins? What was the lie? What's with the parents? What's with the daddy? Who's the daddy? Who the daddy? Eh? Because the mommy, we saw the mommy. Mommy looks nice. And then Emilia wakes up, says everyone's a liar, and Subaru is a liar because he should have been with her. But he wasn't with her because the man has other business to attend to. And that's definitely true. Because the next time we see him, he's kind of... It's not like he's beaten up, but there are some marks on the boy that imply that he went through some events. It's a special little detail that was specifically placed on him to imply that he was busy. And also, when she wakes up, they show us the moon, which is like almost there, like 75% full moon, almost full moon. And as I've said, like at some discussions previously, I still remember that Elsa was kind of saying that this world will never see the full moon again, or something, or it's gonna be the last full moon. Does that mean that time is running out? I don't know. But the next morning, Emilia-sama is missing. Ryuzu-san is missing. The one that's not a friendly Ryuzu-san, let's say. And Garfield meets the Mr. Badass himself, Otto. And I honestly don't know what the hell's gonna happen. I thought Otto's gonna just knock the guy out, because he can punch, before Garfield will transform. I want you to protect you. I'm looking. Oh, I see her mother, Emilia's mother. She looks great. She's basically looking exactly like Emilia. Absolutely the same eyes, absolutely the same thing. The flower. She's her copy. What's wrong with looking exactly like your mother? I wonder. But yeah, I mean, she's been found. Emilia's been found in the end by Subaru in the temple. And he sits near her and says, like, now we're gonna speak. And he's a bit beaten up. Not like beaten up, but a bit. So let's talk. Emilia done. And that's the end. And where the episode has ended. So there was a lot of interesting details. A lot of things that finally got kind of revealed. And a lot of things that were hidden during this episode. So I don't exactly know what's happening, what's the plan, and all that, but that makes it more interesting. The only issue is that have to wait and see that. Yep. Gonna wait and see. I'm hoping that Emilia gonna remember things, and we're gonna learn things, and that's interesting. So thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna see you in the next episode. Bye bye.